Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome. It has been a while since I did a pick a card reading, but it feels like today I got a very strong message that I needed to do a pick a card reading. So, the theme of this reading is a secret that is being revealed. And as always, I have done a pick a card. So, there are two oracle cards here. I wanted to keep it very simple, very open. I'm going to be using the Mermaid Tarot. And to keep with that nautical water energy theme, we have three shells to choose from today. So for pile number one, we have this shell with these cards. For pile number two, we have this shell and these cards. And for pile number three, we have this shell with these cards. And as always, just the general reminders that you take as long as you need to choose your pile. You can pick with your intuition. You might be drawn to multiple piles, which is absolutely okay. There might be specific messages for you in different piles or in one pile specifically, whilst other information might not resonate at all. So please remember to only take the messages that feel right for you and leave what doesn't. Not everything might be a message for you. And sometimes there might be things in here that just spark off trains of thought. But please remember, most importantly of all, that you have power to do whatever you wish with your life. When we do a reading, we're reading the current energy. We're being shown a particular message and sequence. And sometimes that message coming through is enough to shift you into making a different decision. Please never think anything is set in stone. I just think I'll leave that there. So, two paths to choose from. If you need to pause the video for a little while, feel absolutely free to do so. And if not, I will see you in your readings. Hi there, pile number one. If you were drawn to these cards and this shell, then this is your reading. And the message and theme for this reading is going to be a secret being revealed. So this could be any kind of secret. It could be something from within, something you're hearing. Let's leave it open and let's see what comes through. I'm going to be working with the Mermaid Tarot, but I've got multiple decks here and I will pull from those as I see fit. Let's start with your oracle cards. We have Body, Mind, and Step Out of Your Comfort Zone. Ooh, so that's the North Node. This is really interesting. Secret being revealed. Now, it's not very clear at this point what the secret might be or where we might be going with it. So I think I'm just going to go in with the tarot. The initial feeling I'm getting, this is really about trying something new. Perhaps it's about finding the confidence to do something new. Perhaps you've been lacking in confidence, or lacking might be not the right word. More learning to trust yourself as you embark upon something new. Very, very interesting. And I'm really drawn to all of this very deep purple indigo energy here, which to me connects to the crown chakra. So it could be that the secret being revealed to you, the information that's coming through to you, is very much connected about some sort of higher awakening. Mind, body and mind means things coming into alignment. It's understanding both of those and how they interrelate. Developing a good mind-body connection is really useful in all kinds of different areas in our lives. So, very open. Let's get some tarot. So we've got the Eight of Wands, we've got the Hanged Man, the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Empress, the Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Ten of Cups. This is very interesting. Just making sure that I've got all of these arranged. And like I said, I will clarify with some of the cards. So what I can see is you're going to get to go, you're going to get to where you want to go. But I'm getting the feeling that you're on a bit of a journey here. Yeah, as I said that bottom of the deck before. I feel about you're deciding to embark upon a new journey. And I definitely feel like this secret, we might not be getting information about the secret, but more what the secret is going to push you to do. Now, you might be receiving news of some kind. Maybe there is something somebody tells you, something somebody says to you. I'm actually getting a feeling of judgment coming through with this Emperor card here. But interestingly, what I'm seeing in this sequence is that you arrive at this Emperor energy, and it's almost like this person is looking back at you because you've stepped into this Empress energy. What I'm feeling here is actually you could have been working really hard towards something. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, I feel like you've invested a lot of time and energy into something, and perhaps something hasn't quite come to fruition in the way that you'd hoped. Now, what we have here is embarking upon another journey. And this is either a next level of this journey. It's almost like you've taken a step back. It's some kind of a critique or some kind of information will be coming to you. And this asks you to shift your perspective. But the fact that the Hanged Man has come out in the reverse is just saying to me, and this deck is one that I haven't used for many readings. So majority of these cards are upright, so that's a bit of an anomaly. The fact that this Hanged Man is in the reverse is saying to me that perhaps you've had this realization, and this secret coming through could very much be some sort of personal awakening, some sort of realization. The secret is coming to light through you rather than through somebody else. But I feel like it's prompted after some introspection. Somebody perhaps doubted you. It could be very much linked to, in some ways, to your appearance, or more laterally, your physical presence in the world with body. And that can be very all-encompassing. So the kind of work that you do, the kind of ways that you present yourself, position yourself, the way you approach others, communicate with others. I feel like you could have rushed towards something with a lot of fresh energy, with a very open heart. And then you kind of had this moment where you stalled and you shut down a little bit. And this pause came in, this moment of self-doubt, or this period of self-doubt that triggered self-reflection, that you have this epiphany, this realization, this awakening, and this is a rebirth. This rebirth actually shifts you more onto the path of your destiny with the North Node here. But it's asking you to step beyond your perception of these limitations or these past experiences. You were going to be embodying this Empress, and you were going to become this Empress energy. The Ace of Pentacles, there's this brand new beginning here. And, I feel like somebody from the outside, I get the impression this Emperor is a very external energy, somebody from the outside looking in. I want to remind you that you have the choice as to whether or not you decide to allow or invite this energy back into your life. It might be somebody standing from the sidelines. You might get the potential with this Ace of Pentacles coming out with the Emperor, a kind of do-over on something that maybe didn't work out in the past. Something that could potentially bring you a lot of happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment with this Ten of Cups. But the question is, the question for self is, you might not want to go back here. It might be enough that this person has reapproached you with fresh energy, recognizing the growth and the self-becoming that you have invested in, becoming more a deeper, wiser, more learned version of yourself. And when I say learned, I mean self-learned. You have taken the time to work on yourself, to develop yourself, to heal yourself. And I really feel like this secret that's coming to light is more of a personal truth. Maybe there was a secret that came to light in this judgment from somebody else. Maybe you thought somebody was supporting you and actually they were working against you, or maybe held some judgment based upon jealousy. It could reduce down to this person acted in the way that they did from jealousy. But what I see is you transforming this situation. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, the advice that I would give if you were in this energy presently, or you find yourself in a situation like this, would be to take a moment and to take a pause, to really and truly reflect upon what has been working, what hasn't been working. Perhaps this person's judgment has made you build walls and shut yourself down, and in turn you felt very closed off from certain areas of life, people, places, things that you enjoy. But in that process, in that realization of what actually doesn't get you the results that you want, you're going to find balance. And that might feel like a step backwards here, because we're going from the Seven of Pentacles back to the Six. The Six of Pentacles typically indicates charity. It indicates the balance of giving and receiving. It speaks of things coming together. And here it's quite indicative of a journey with this galleon. So I'm really getting this sense that you are being transported, and what may seem like a step back is actually rebalancing you. It's pulling your energy away, retaking your energy back from things that haven't been working out, reinvesting it in yourself. And this process is going to lead to your rebirth as the Empress. Now, for those of you that are looking for love, perhaps this was a romantic relationship, or it was a romantic situation that triggered that. This could certainly be that once you've shifted into that energy, truthfully, in your own time, that you meet somebody of that is a true match for you. And this leads to a very fulfilling relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic though. This could be a work scenario. It could be your own personal situation that encompasses your friends and your career and all of those different aspects of life that roll into one. But I get this very strong sense of a fresh start that leads to a lot of fulfillment. And I'm really just drawn to this Ace of Pentacles here and the pearl. That pearl has been a symbol that's been coming through a lot recently. And of course, the pearl is only formed by entering the oyster as a piece of grit. And it is the result of the oyster constantly trying to remove this piece of grit. What feels uncomfortable, it becomes a pearl. So there is a process here, a process that you could well have been through several rounds of. If you've been on your healing journey or process several times, or if you don't identify with that, perhaps you've just lived lots of different cycles of experience that you've really worked hard to overcome. And this is taking you to another level. It is asking you to step out of your comfort zone, but this secret is really going to, whatever it is, I really feel like it's some sort of higher self wisdom, a message from your guides, or just a sense of enlightenment or an epiphany, a sudden awareness of something that needs to change, something that needs to shift, or the initiation of this process that really and truly leads you to something quite wonderful and quite beautiful. So let's get a couple more oracle cards for you. Let's see what other messages come through. I love this deck. If you're watching this, Erin, thank you so much for this deck. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember what it is called, but it is a beautiful oracle deck. There we go. Imagine. I love this. And we've got that beautiful purple energy here. And I just want to show you the symbolism on this card. We have an owl, we have a crescent moon, and then we have this teeny tiny little key in the owl's beak. Now, our imagination is an incredibly powerful thing. What we imagine, where we allow our thoughts to go, we literally create our perception of reality. And indeed, that's a very powerful way to manifest. I'm really getting here that whatever this awareness is, this secret of awareness that comes to the forefront of your mind, it may well be a key to help you get over a repeating pattern, or a very difficult cycle that has sought to shift your perspective to help you ultimately. But it could have been a difficult process. And the guidance from this card is saying, imagine the life that you want. Imagine how it looks. The Empress is very much a card of understanding this power as a creative individual, as an individual that creates their own reality by their perception, by their thoughts. And you can absolutely do this. You can absolutely imagine the life that you want, a better life perhaps. You find your wording, find your visualization. There are multiple different ways in which you can assist yourself with this process, whether that's scripting or guided visualizations, reprogramming the subconscious mind. It could be something to read into, to research, but I really feel like that is going to be a very, very powerful tool for you. I feel like we get a Goddess Power Oracle card. Here we have Lizzie Revelation, and absolutely this is that epiphany that I was talking about. Now, the fact that this card initially came out in the reverse, when I use this deck now in my readings, I typically read them in the upright, regardless of how they come out. The fact that it came out in the reverse, I really feel like there is a powerful awareness that perhaps hasn't fully come through yet as a realization, but it's something that you've been considering for a very long time. And the number 28 was jumping out at me. So perhaps very much that could be significant to you, maybe the 28th of this month. Added together, that creates a 10, which reduced down creates a 1. Again, this sense of new energy and sense of the self. What else do I want? I'm going to get one more card as a potential healing message. A potential healing message. What could we work on? What could be helpful in this situation? I take all of them. So the promise, interesting. Soulmates, attraction, and partnership. Now, again, I feel this card, whilst it could speak of a soulmate relationship, if that's something that you've been looking to attract, this could also speak of that sense of something that is destined, perhaps a lifestyle when it comes to attraction. Soulmates don't necessarily have to be romantic. They can be our deepest friends. Sometimes there are fated connections in our life that are definitely soulmate connections, but are more of a karmic level, which means we have interactions, meetings, and relationships which are ultimately destined to help us through maybe difficult means, sometimes difficult through their difficulty and the process of healing those difficulties and challenges. That's the part at which we actually become the version of ourselves that can access the next level, and thus we repeat and ascend. To me, this could very much speak of a fated partnership or relationship, but also this sense of destiny that you might well be feeling upon your path here. So I wasn't going to do any charms, but actually I really feel like doing some charms. Okay, pile number 1, I've got my charms here, so let's just see what comes through. Okay, we have Thurisaz, which has come out over the 7 of Pentacles, which is primarily one of the most important things for me. Thurisaz, if you are not familiar with the runes, I primarily work with the runes. Tarot is like my second medium. Thurisaz as a rune it can speak of quite chaotic energies. It can speak of quite destructive energies, but it can also speak of the masculine energy of action, of putting energy into action, of defense, as it can do attack. It is that duality of a particular kind of energy. So there could be, the fact it's come out over the 7 of Pentacles, perhaps there is something that you've needed to change for a time. But this is where, this 7 of Pentacles is where you have the realization of what needs to change, and you decide that you're going to be able to change it. So the second charm that I'm really, really drawn to here is the beautiful heart within a heart that's come out and landed on the Ten of Cups. So definitely for some of you, there could be a real love connection that is coming through here, maybe a new relationship or a new partnership. But I really feel it's going to be something that you very much love and enjoy. Over here on the Ace of Pentacles, we have this gorgeous little castle charm. So I'm getting this feeling that maybe this Ace of Pentacles could be a brand new house for some of you, a brand new beginning, a brand new foundation, an opportunity to move. We did have some indications about travel, so perhaps that's an option for you. We have this lovely button. Now, this always reminds me of something almost biblical, but it's so ornate. I'm really getting the sense of, I know I mentioned it earlier in the reading, the sense of self-presentation. So maybe there'll be some shifts in how you present yourself, or this emperor figure that is either coming into your life or reappearing in your life. Perhaps they're a very sharp dresser. Maybe they dress in a very particular way. You know, he's dressed in a full suit here, so perhaps there's more formality to this situation in true Empress style. So we have the you here, which again, I think this shift takes place within you. It starts within you and is led by you. You are the one having this amazing realization. And I think that's going to be something really quite beautiful for you as well. We have the beautiful Ace of Diamonds here. Now I'm just trying to think what diamonds would be in the tarot. I can't remember, but it would either be pentacles or wands. I have a feeling it might be wands. So again, beautiful brand new beginnings indicated here. And then we have the balloons. And this is something new taking off. It's something new rising up. And I feel like there is a sense here as well with this full energy, perhaps this journey that you've been on of reconnecting with your dreams, especially with the North Node, reconnecting with your dreams, with your passion, with the things that you want to do, and really holding that as an intention as you move forwards in your life and as you go in this next stage of your journey. So don't lose hope. I'm just really drawn as a final message to this lovely ha 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 on the bottom of this full card. So, you know, maybe there is a sense of having some fun here and really reconnecting with that inner child, that playfulness. And if you need to, step away from the heavy energies, go and do something fun, and just go and experience life in its beauty. Because I think you've been doing a lot of work. There's a lot of work still to do, but there's a lot of beauty coming into your life. So I'm going to leave this here. I hope this reading resonated with some of you. Just a reminder that I have personal readings available on my personal website and my Etsy store, but only in those two places. I will never message you asking you for a reading, so please be mindful of scammers and impersonators, not just of me, but of all readers. I will leave this here, just sending you all my love. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I will speak to you again really, really soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2. If you were drawn to these cards and this shell here, then this is your reading. I'm going to pop your shell over there. And of course, the purpose of this reading is to see or to find out a secret being revealed. So we'll get your oracle cards, and then we'll get the tarot. So we have the Hero in reverse, and don't let pride get in your way. Wow, this is so interesting. I'm so drawn to the mirrored symbolism on these cards here. I appreciate that's a bear and this is a lion, but these are two sort of alpha predators in their own environments. The kind of mirror, and the message here mirrors. So I'm actually getting with the Hero being in the reverse, and don't let pride get in your way. This could be a need to ask for help. Maybe there is a need to ask for help. Maybe you have been trying to do everything on your own for a very long time. Maybe you have been very, very independent, and you've reached a point where collaboration and teamwork might be needed to get you through something, or to help find a solution to a problem, or to get you to the next level. So let's get some tarot for you. We will take them. So we have the Six of Cups, the Moon, the Five of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Interesting. At the bottom of the deck as well. The High Priestess. Okay. There is some really powerful energy here. I mean, you've got two aces, the Moon and the High Priestess. Okay. You have some decisions to make. Pile number 2. You could find yourself in a situation with a person from the past, or a repeating situation, maybe a cycle from the past. I feel like somebody's coming back to tell you something that might have been long hidden, something that could have previously saved a lot of trouble. There is something coming to light here that is actually going to help you. It is going to help you to have some realizations, and perhaps even a brand new heart awakening, heart opening, a reconnection with a sense of yourself. Now, this could be an apology from somebody. Whilst we don't have any cards typically of an apology, the Six of Cups coming through, this past person, the giving of the cup filled with the flowers, I'm just getting this sense of apology, of forgiveness, of reconnection, of coming back together. And I'm feeling a very mixed energy here with this. Don't let pride get in your way of, this person should have come back a very, very long time ago. And perhaps there was a secret hidden that they hadn't explained to you. With this Moon card, I'm getting a very strong sense of things that were held very, very deeply. A secret or secrets that were held very, very deeply. And with the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, this could have been after a long period of silence. Ace of Pentacles beneath. Now, for some of you, I'm getting a message that you will actually receive this communication in the form of a message, of non-verbal communication, whether that's a text message, an email, a physical letter maybe. It could be from an official place as well. So I do keep seeing a letter, but also, again, in our digital age, it could well be, like an email, or there is some sort of communication coming in that is non-verbal. And this person might just say something. Maybe it's unexpected. Maybe it's just very much out of the blue. I don't know whether it's unexpected. It could have been something that you really wanted and were trying to manifest. But something is going to come through to you, and there is a part of you that maybe feels very, very angry because you don't know how to respond to this. I'm getting a feeling of mixed emotions with this Five of Swords. Typically, the traditional symbology in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot is connected to fight, flight, and freeze. And each of those 3 characters can represent one of those actions. And when faced with very difficult emotional experiences, we have the choice of fight, flight, and freeze. So you have a choice over which path you're going to take. And in that moment, when you are faced with this message, this secret coming to light, it's going to be very emotional. Now, this could be to do with a relationship. Like I said, it feels like somebody's explaining something to you. If this is an official letter and it's not romantic, I mean, I'm still getting, actually, for some of you, perhaps if you are of an older generation, you could receive a letter with a formally written apology. And you might feel like, why now? Why has this come through now? after all this time. And what I'm getting is that the apology in itself, you have to make your decision. I'm getting strongly with this hero in the reverse. Don't feel like you have to rescue or save this person. Not at the expense of yourself. And I know that's probably quite a harsh message with don't let pride in get in your way. I mean, it very much depends on the situation. It depends on the circumstances. It depends on what this person is asking of you, or these people potentially. For some of you, somebody might need your help. Maybe somebody needs your forgiveness, or they need to have this conversation for themselves. I'm just getting for some, say for example, somebody had entered a recovery program, and part of that recovery program asks them to go and apologize to the people that they've hurt. You were one of the people that they've hurt. They come to you to apologize. So in that respect, they need to apologize to you for themselves. That's part of their healing process. As much as it offers you perhaps a sense of closure, with this don't let pride get in your way, I'm just getting just so many different scenarios and different perspectives. And with this Five of Swords coming out, the way this connects is that the best thing that you can do before responding or reacting is to take a pause. Do not respond straight away. You don't have to respond straight away. One of the things that we've lost in an age of instant communication is that pause, is that delay, in that moment of consideration, of careful thought, where we allow ourselves time to overcome our initial emotional reaction, to overcome our initial triggers, to maybe seek wise counsel, to maybe speak to a counselor or a therapist if you have one, if that's necessary. Maybe that's the extent of this person within your life in the situation. It could be a parental figure or a child or something that you've had no contact with for a very long period of time. It could be a romantic partner, a friend from the past that deeply wronged you, somebody that maybe committed a crime against you. There are so many different scenarios and situations coming through. I feel like this is going to be a very popular pile. And I feel like when this message comes through, it's going to be out of the blue. I feel like it's something that you have wanted for a very long time. But even then, when it comes through, it's just out of the blue, unexpected. And the key message here is to pause before you react. You don't need to react in anger. You don't need to react in haste. You don't need to react instantly. And say, for example, if you get a digital message and you read it and you're worried that you leave somebody on red, for example, something that you can do is say, thank you for your message. I need to take a moment before I respond, or I need some time before I respond. And at least then you've acknowledged the message in a very neutral way without sharing a response. But what I see, it just feels like that initial moment, especially if this is a very deep secret or there is something unexpected within this message or this apology coming to light, what it does is it helps you. Even if that initial shock is challenging or is difficult, it brings with it something very, very beautiful, a brand new awakening, a shift of perspective. And with these two together, the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups, it feels like this overwhelming sense of freedom from this situation. Something is lifted from your mind and from your heart, and it gives you the opportunity to start again. It's a brand new beginning. It's a moment of relief. And perhaps where you may have run in the past to try and rescue this person, or maybe you didn't, and now you feel like you want to help them in some way, or maybe this somehow helps you. You know, this don't let pride get in your way ties in with the High Priestess and ties in with that benefit of having a pause before you make any further decisions or reactions. And we're very intrigued. Let's get some oracle cards to see what other messages come through. Breathe. This is absolutely it. This high priestess, this connection, look how similar. I don't know if you can see this. Two completely different decks. And yet there is something so similar in the energies and the color scheme of these two cards. We have the full moon on both and this beautiful green ocean. I'm really, truly getting the sense, this breath, this pause with the high priestess. She's got the green sea behind her as well. And obviously the moon emblem upon her head, her crown. Take your moment, take your pause, breathe before you react, before you respond. You know, when we react, we say the first thing that comes to our mind. We act on our emotional impulses, our triggers, our reactions. When we respond, we've taken a moment, we've paused, we've considered, we've allowed that initial emotional charge and energy to dissipate. And then in that moment, we have the opportunity to say what we wanted to say without instinctively causing harm to anybody else or reactively causing harm. And from that point, you make progress. That's where the healing happens. I've got a few here, actually. You've got silver linings, shelter, control, and navigation. I do think this, your path to healing comes through navigating the situation. You might want to, the control one is interesting. I think this is about having self-control, truly, and not overly trying to control the outcome of this conversation. There is definitely a silver lining from it with this Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. That is most definitely your silver lining. And with shelter here again, I'm just going to reinforce this message. Take the pause if you need it. Take a pause. Go to your safe space. Seek the counsel of your wisest friends, the people that you trust, the people that you can trust their opinion. Seek out their wisdom before you say or do anything else, before you make any decisions. But for me, that shelter is taking shelter from a storm. And that will slow us down in life sometimes, just for the briefest of moments. But sometimes that is the most necessary thing. We need that pause. Ultimately, that pause gives us some sort of awareness, realization, healing, the silver lining that then shifts us. And that silver lining is where the sun comes through those clouds. So there is this, don't overly need to control everything. You're going to navigate your way through the situation, even if it is a bit of a shock or there is a healing process as the secret comes to light. Take the shelter you need, the shelter where you feel safe, safe from the storm. The silver lining will come. Let's get a Goddess Power Oracle card. We've got Rhea Flow. Now, obviously, she came out in the reverse, but again, these yellows and greens, connected to all of these goddess energies here, all yellows and greens. But these connect to the solar plexus and the heart chakra. So this is our sense of self and our ability to love, to feel love, to radiate love, being the greatest and purest energy of all on earth. This sense of flow, this ties into that sense of control, trying not to force an outcome, trying not to force a specific ending or situation. Breathe, pause, breathe, take a moment of silence and reflection if you need to. Try and flow with the energies or the emotions that come up, because there is such beauty that comes from the other side of whatever it is. This could be a moment, it could be 5 minutes, it might take a couple of days, it'll be different for everybody. Everyone has their own process. There's no right or wrong. Any healing takes as long as it takes. And for you as an individual, that's absolutely okay. Sometimes we need help. And sometimes we get stuck on certain points, and that's why having that wise counsel could be really, really beneficial. And just as a reminder that I do offer personal readings, and please, I will never ever message you offering you a reading on any platform through any message. Please be mindful of scammers. Exploration, boldness, unknown, limitless. Very interestingly, I'm getting the sense with this Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups that this situation frees you from something, a past situation that may have held you back. All of a sudden, you feel freed from. And in this freedom, you have a new sense of ability to explore. It might have been a situation from the past that was hanging over you, that kept you stuck or kept you at a certain level. Perhaps there was a lot of unanswered questions that just kept you in one place, and then you couldn't decide, or you didn't know which way to go, what was going to be best. I think you're going to have your clarity in this Ace of Swords, and then you're going to have this freedom to explore. But perhaps it just takes a moment not to let that pride get in the way, not to let your thoughts race, not to let your mouth race ahead of your thoughts if you feel reactive or if you feel shocked or upset, triggered. Take the moment before you react. Seek wise counsel. You will find your way through this, and in a really positive and empowering way. It just might take you a moment. So I'm going to get some charms here. So this can be a little bit noisy. If you're wearing headphones, you might want to turn it down just for a second. But way more than pile number one. We have the star here, and instantly I am drawn to this one here, which also has star symbology on it. This to me is very, very good luck and a symbol of almost like resurrection, rebirth with the sun. The fact that you've got star, okay, hang on a minute. 1, 2, I'll pick this one up. 3 stars, in fact. You have 3 stars. This could be 3 wishes, or literally reinforcing that this wish, there is a wish that's going to come through for you, perhaps in a different way that you expected, but it's coming through. Pearls of wisdom. Yeah, some things that you only learn the hard way, and that is a very, very difficult fact of life, but true nonetheless. Some pearls is because we earn them. We earn that wisdom. We have the camera. Interesting. So perhaps there is pictures of you together with this person. Maybe that's something you're going to feel like it's time to clear out now. Or maybe you will have an opportunity, because I'm getting this park bench, and to me this speaks of reconnection. So there might be a moment where you choose to reconnect with this person. Maybe you meet up with them. We have the poppy, which has the number 2021 on it, which is totally wrapped. This chain is wrapped to it, and you've actually got 2 chains. The chains to me are symbols of things weighing you down. Perhaps this situation began or something happened in 2021. Perhaps that year is significant to you in some way, but oh, there you go, it's released. This could have been weighing you down. These chains could have been weighing you down, and it feels like they're going to be released now. And obviously with the symbol of the poppy, that does connect to the armed forces as well. We have a jack, and this is literally making me think of standing on painful things. I know that's a very literal interpretation of that. It was what came to mind. Perhaps you know somebody called Jack, but also it is saying to me that perhaps you've been burned, perhaps you've stepped on something painful, and this was a painful experience. We have this paw emblem, which reminds me of the bear paws that are on the bottom of this card here. But definitely a pet could be very, very significant. We've got a flower emblem. Again, I'm getting this sense of being outside. Also spring, summertime, so this could happen over spring, summer, because we have 2 flowers here. We have the motorbike. Somebody could be traveling, so there may be an indication of travel. Maybe the motorbike is significant to you. We also have the Viking longship. So again, I get we have this galleon in the background, very different ships, of course, different eras in history. But perhaps there is this feeling of newfound freedom after this situation is resolved. Oh, you have 4 stars. You have the star here as well. There is something very, very significant about a long held wish or dream that you have. Very, very significant. Whether that is 4 wishes or one very, very important to you dream. And of course, dream big. Maybe one very, very important, significant dream. Again, more good luck. We had, like I said, with this one, we have a 4-leaf clover here, symbol of for me of good luck. We have the butterfly, a symbol of transformation. And then we have pound coin. So this is perhaps connected to old money, money coming in. I feel like there is going to be a wealth of something that you receive through this situation, and it feels maybe connected to travel. Maybe there is a new opportunity that comes now this situation has come to light and been resolved. It feels like you're going to be in such a better place on the other side of it, and that is only going to be good for you. I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to thank you and send you all my love for spending your time with me. If I can ever be of assistance with a personal reading, they're available on my website and my Etsy only. And I will see you in another reading very, very soon. Hello, pile number 3. If you were drawn to these cards and to this shell here, I didn't tell the other piles, but this is one of my favorite because of its beautiful combination of pink and black and the I'm going to put your shell there. Move pile number 2's out of the way. Put your shell there. Let's see what secrets are going to be revealed to you. I instantly, when I picked up the cards to start doing your reading, just felt this almost like light-headed rush of energy. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that comes through. Okay, we're going to start with your oracle cards. Then we're going to go through and use the Mermaid Tarot, and I will pull from the different oracle decks that I feel necessary to complete your reading. We have Work Through Your Fears, New Moon in Scorpio, and Queen of Air. Interesting. So there is a lot of thought space, energy here. I'm getting this sense with this Queen of Air, it's almost like a clear vision. Now, the Queen of Air, she's the Queen of Swords. She speaks her mind. She's not afraid to speak the truth, and she will say it as it is. Now, this can sometimes be a bit curt, maybe discourteous. Maybe she can be a little bit affronting to some people, maybe even rude to others. However, she can be very articulate. She can be very self-expressive. Now, this could actually be, for some of you, I'm just really getting this, like approaching your boss for a raise or some sort of situation connected to money. I'm really getting that there is big, with these big fears that you have to face, there is something to overcome. There is something that you're ready to overcome. And you work through it by facing it, and facing it by communicating clearly what you want. How does this come together with a secret coming to life? Let's see. Shuffle this deck. Let's see. What is the secret? I'll take them. We've got the Queen of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, King of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. For some reason, the word frenemy will just not stop. So maybe you have a frenemy around you. Maybe there is somebody that is trying to provoke a reaction from you, trying to get you to act, speak, behave in a certain way. They're trying to get a reaction out of you because actually they're a frenemy. The more I look at these cards, the more I'm just getting this story of you might be getting an opportunity. I feel like this person, this figure, doesn't have to be male or masculine, but somebody with a lot of financial security. This could be a boss-like figure, a client, a wealthy client, something connected to abundance, to good finances, to a very good opportunity. I feel like it's going to come forwards and come through to you. And I feel like this comes as a result of you putting yourself out there. And I feel this is going to be a wonderful opportunity for you, but I think it's going to reveal, or maybe it already has revealed as you embark upon this process. I mean, the secret that's coming through really might be somebody that just doesn't have your best interests at heart, where actually the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor and you've got really good opportunities coming in. But you've got people coming towards you. There is going to be, it feels like you're going somewhere. You're going to another level. You were achieving something. You were getting put forwards for something. It's going to be a cause of great celebration. This is absolutely tied to your passion. It very much feels sort of career goal, ambition related in your career, personal sphere or capacity, but it impacts the other areas of your life. It's going to open up doorways for you, and you're going to be stepping into a literal new level of your life. And I think the secret coming to light is going to be some people that perhaps enjoyed your struggle or don't enjoy your success, if I'm quite honest with you. And this does feel like that there's that frenemy kind of energy. That word just kept coming through: frenemy, frenemy, frenemy. And there's just something about the expression on this character's face. You know, this is the Two of Pentacles. This is a card of balance. It's a card of keeping things in perspective, keeping things balanced, being aware of the polarity and the opposition between two things sometimes. And you might just see that there is so much good and so many new opportunities coming into your life, especially with this Ace of Cups and the King of Pentacles. I see you feeling very, very secure. You might get the opportunity to travel, which is a really interesting theme that's come through in each of these different readings. But with the sunflower here in the background of the Queen of Wands, it's something that is traditionally associated with the Queen of Wands and also the Sun card. So we have this sense of happiness, of fulfillment, of self-expression, of knowing yourself and being able to embody that. This Queen of Air, working through your fears, maybe there is somebody that no matter how well you do, somebody puts you down, or somebody always has something to say about it. And I feel like you being able to finally speak very calmly and directly and get to the root of this, and to just face it for what it is. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. You are absolutely going in the right direction, but other people might want to cause a drama. If I'm honest with you, I just get this feeling of maybe gossip. For some, I've just seen the Four of Wands beneath this as well. And there is just this feeling here, perhaps other people might feel, perhaps you're getting something that you really, really wanted, committing to something. It could be a relationship, it could be an opportunity. Perhaps you're signing a new contract, perhaps you're looking at moving, traveling. You're getting opportunities. The world is opening up for you, most definitely. Definitely potential for travel, new work, new opportunities, lots of abundance. And I'm just getting that there is going to be somebody that just has to sour the lemonade because they're not happy about it. But this is an opportunity to work through the fear of perhaps losing some people, or letting some people go, or not having certain people at a position in your life. Perhaps some people came around you because perhaps they fed off your drama. Perhaps it made them feel better if they thought that you weren't succeeding. Perhaps it made them feel better if they thought that you were struggling. And now that you're achieving something, that might aggravate these people. I'm trying to be really diplomatic with my words, because this Queen of Air energy is certainly making me feel quite unfiltered. There could be some rather spicy language. Let's just say that much. But you will know this person. This is a person that will be known to you. Somebody perhaps that you sense has that, it just gives you those, you know, like they'll just have a pop, you know, like a low blow. They'll make comments when you do things well, and they just can't be happy about it. And this could be really, really subtle. But what the importance of this message here is not to focus on this person, it's to focus on the fact that you will see it. You are absolutely going to see it. You're going to be aware of it. And I feel like very calmly, you were just going to shift your focus. You were going to take your energy away from this person, because this is what you're focused on. Success, what you're doing, where you're going, that's what you're focused on. This other stuff, this feels like energy that you are actually choosing to leave behind. I just get this feeling like it's not something that you're focusing on. You're focusing on your success. You're focusing on doing well. Maybe there is somebody speaking in your ear. Maybe they're trying to make you feel limited or to impose their own limitations upon you. And there is a part of you that's just like, no, absolutely not. Like, I'm not having this. I'm not having you pull me down or make me doubt myself just as I'm about to get to this point. So just be really, really conscious of the information, the opinions that you're taking in, the advice and the opinions that you are seeking out of other people, and the people that you are confiding in as well. That is such part number 3. If it resonates, if you've listened this far and this resonates, this success, actually, to flip this reading on its head, for some of you, for not all, this might just be for one person. This energy might be that you are getting a brilliant opportunity, an amazing opportunity, and actually you decide that you want to keep the secret from somebody that you know will be divisive in your life, from somebody that perhaps doesn't want to see you do as well or doesn't wish you success. So for whoever needs to hear that message, maybe if you're working on something huge, or you have just been offered an opportunity, even though you might be so excited, you might want to scream it from the rooftops, go and celebrate 3 of Cups because you were like so nearly there. I'm just guessing for some of you, for one of you maybe, just before you tell everybody or you tell this person, just give yourself a moment. Just give yourself a moment. Okay? And you will find the right time. With this 2 of Pentacles, you will find the right time. But that isn't for everybody. Let's get some oracle cards for you. You've got relax and compassion. And actually, I really love that amidst these energies, because it can be very, very difficult to deal with this kind of energy, especially once you've been on your own growth journey. Perhaps you've come to a place of compassion for this person and you just don't want to play the game anymore. But also, I think being compassionate and just maybe there is a need for a compassionate conversation, a very open, honest, and compassionately speak your truth with the Queen of Air. If there is a situation or someone, this might be a secret that you need to share, a deep truth that you need to share. And with the relax here, this is just sort of saying that you will find your moment. The good things are coming into your life. And sometimes when those good things come into our life, they trigger all of our old energy, all of those old fears and old emotions. I really feel there is so much repeating symbology here connected to this new moon and things coming through for you. That maybe there is this sense of imposter syndrome when something amazing happens. Being compassionate with yourself, trying to relax and take your time. Certain people might feed into your imposter syndrome without even knowing it themselves. People can only share with you from their own level of perception and experience. So this is really trying to say, just take a moment. You know, this is kind of similar to pile number 1, but very different at the same time. So maybe maybe there'll be messages for you in pile number 1, but it's that sense of give yourself a moment before you want to decide what you want to do. But this compassion feels very, very important, whether that's for yourself and for others. But again, sometimes the most compassionate thing we can do is be honest with somebody, and how they take that truth from us. If we're speaking from a place of compassion, from a place of truth, from a place of love, not attacking, we have to speak our truth. And when we do that, if the other person then reacts very badly to that, we're not responsible for their reactions. We are responsible for how we deliver the information, the message, whatever that may be. We're very responsible for that. But how the other person takes it, perceives it, interprets it, or uses it, unfortunately, we can't control that. So there is a message here of I think that's why the compassion is coming through so strongly. And for some of you, I'm just getting this real heaviness on my heart. Sorry if I've just knocked the microphone. And that heaviness felt like something that you have been holding in. So this could be a secret that actually you've been holding in, something that you've not wanted to share with somebody that you might feel like you want to share. You've got Nike ambition, and then we've got Metis wisdom. Absolutely. You need to follow your dreams. You have got some big ambitions, and some of those ambitions are about to be realized, or they're in the process of being realized. We've gone from this moon to the crescent moon, which is kind of where we are right now at the time of filming. So this feels like very current energy for some of you. For others of you, this might be future energy. You could be at any place within this cycle or this flow of events. I think wisdom is asking safe and trusted people for guidance, seeking higher self for guidance, seeking for the guidance of people that you know and trust to help you to make the right decision or to approach this in the best way. You know, for some of you, just for example, maybe you have to break up with somebody, or maybe you have to put some distance between you and somebody else. Maybe you're a boss and you have to let somebody go. You know, there's all different ways of delivering very difficult information. And it feels like you being wise and compassionate is going to be what sets you apart as an individual. Even though it's not about you as an individual, it just feels like there is just a way that you can do it. That is that Queen of Air. It's a way only you could do it. But I feel like that is as much about this thing that you were doing and achieving as well. And again, when that relates to working through your fears, only you can do this thing the way that you would do it. And you don't need to hear anyone else telling you why you can't, or how they think you're going to fail, or what you do wrong, or what isn't good enough, unless it's in a very constructive and compassionate way. This works both ways. Serenity. You've got relax and serenity here. That's very, very interesting. I want to take one more of these. Okay, we've got two. We've got one of the yes and no cards. Now, I read through the deck, and within the guidebook for this deck, there is no, they couldn't decide on which was yes and which was no when they crafted these cards. So they left it very, very open. But if you seek within, there will be perhaps a very strong feeling of yes and no, night and day. Protection. This is a reminder that you're always protected. We've got robins here as well, which speaks of ancestors to me. So perhaps there is ancestral protection that you can call upon, a specific ancestor. And when we speak of our ancestors, to put it in perspective, for those of you that perhaps don't have a direct ancestral practice, the grandparents that you knew, the people that raised you, that you have a very close bond with, that perhaps sadly are no longer with us on the earth plane, those are your ancestors as well. So if there is somebody that you trust that could guide you, that you could ask for guidance from, speak to them. And then we're going to get one healing energy card here. Harmonic resolution. And I'm really glad that this card's come out because, yeah, negativity, anger, transmutation. Whatever the difficulty is, I feel like being calm, compassionate, speaking truthfully and directly is how to find the harmonic resolution to this otherwise difficult situation. And that is ultimately what's going to bring peace. So perhaps there is a situation you're very worried about speaking through. I feel like it's going to have a positive outcome. I feel like your life in general is going in a really positive and powerful direction. I feel like there are so many good opportunities coming into your life right now. It's just that you might have to be mindful of people that maybe don't have your best interests at heart, but these people feel like people you've known for a long time or that are close to you. But you will know who that person is. It's very much frenemy energy. So just before I do the charms, this is a quick reminder that I do personal readings, but they are only available on my website and Etsy. So if you would like one, they're available there, but I will never message you directly telling you that I have a message for you or that I want to give you a reading. Neither will any other reputable reader, so please be very mindful of scammers and protect yourselves. Okay, let's do some charms for you. We have one that's landed on the floor, which I'm gonna just quickly get. Okay, the charm that fell on the floor was this beautiful heart. Now, I love the fact that we actually have two of these. This one came out in pile number 1, but this one came out here. There is definitely a heart-to-heart conversation here. There is definitely a need for truth, and that feels like very beautiful energy, actually, with the possibility for transformation, because we have this little butterfly pendant. There is something that is changing, growing, transforming. We have this little lump of ore, which to me very much speaks about raw materials, about things coming to life and things that can come in very beautiful ways from raw materials. So whilst things may look at the moment maybe unformed, maybe not everything is figured out. Excuse me, I have the door open so we have a fine. Maybe not everything is figured out, but it's being figured out and you're being forged into something quite beautiful, quite amazing. Enjoy the journey. Okay, we have the motorbike, so maybe there is some sort of travel, and it feels like travel for fun. So the motorbike has come out with each of the piles today. I just had to switch my microphone over because my other one died. It really feels like traveling for pleasure, traveling for enjoyment. This is something leisurely. It doesn't feel stressful. It feels like something planned, something that you look forward to. So it might be the process of planning some kind of travel. Now we also have the anarchy symbol here. This is an earring. I feel like there is perhaps a need for rebellion from a particular situation. And with the bulldog clip, this feels like maybe you are the one that always holds things together. Maybe you are the consistent one, the organizer, the person that is always relied upon for certain things. And this feels like just for a moment, maybe you're putting yourself first, or maybe you're doing things that you need to do, that you want to do. And in that place, in that process, you actually break through some of this very challenging energy from through some of your fears. And you get to live in a brand new, abundant way with some really incredible opportunities. So pile number 3, I'm going to leave this here for you. I hope this reading resonated in some way. I hope there was some useful information in here for you, but thank you so much for spending your time with me. I truly appreciate it. Just sending you all my love, and I will speak to you again really, really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.